Jerome came to see me in January with complaints of discomfort and slight pain in his right shoulder with heavy snatches. Now, when medical doctors looked at his shoulder with an MRI, they found a slightly torn labrum. But here's the deal. An abnormal finding on MRI does not mean it is the exact reason for pain. In fact, if you took an MRI of all Major League Baseball pitchers, upwards of 80% likely have an abnormal labrum without having any pain. Because he is a young athlete with discomfort in his shoulder that only recently started, it was decided that the best route was physical therapy. We started our evaluation by looking at his mobility. You can clearly see I'm able to bring his arm all the way overhead and externally rotate a good amount without any pain at all. I then wanted to assess his strength and stability of his posterior shoulder. I had him lie on his stomach and placed his arm out to the side like a T. You can see he's able to resist the downward pressure I'm applying and also hold a strong Y position on his left side. However, when I went to the other side, his painful side, he struggled to hold up his arm in both positions, out at a T and at a Y. When I tested his external rotation strength by his side, he again showed great stability. However, when I tested this rotation in an elevated position, it was different. He showed good strength on his left side, however, when he went to his right side, it was weaker. Overall, the evaluation showed that his pain was associated with a muscular imbalance with significant weakness and coordination deficits on the backside of his shoulder. Uncovering and illuminating this movement problem then drives our treatment of trying to strengthen and restabilize the shoulder, basically treat the why behind the pain. We started off day one with some simple exercises like prone lateral raises with a 5-second hold at the top. We then followed this with a banded matrix with very slow returns to the very start position to emphasize control, and followed these up with some rhythmic stabilizations on a ball.
There you go. Okay, arm straight. Okay, lock it in right here. And let's go just a little bit to the side, right there. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Nice and strong. Good. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, there you go. Good. I get you on that one, huh? There you go. Hold it. Nice and strong. Nice and strong. Okay, a couple more seconds. Feel it burn? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Done. Good.
The very next visit, we added in an external rotation press exercise.
Tight. Tight. Very good. Press straight up. Very good. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Drop down. Good. Keep this tight back here. Rotate forward. Keep this tight. Keep this tight. Very good. Press forward. Good.
As his pain decreased, we got a barbell back into his hands to assess his movement. As you can see, he compensated with the barbell overhead by shrugging upward excessively on his right side and positioning his arm in a way that led to a tilted hold. To address this, I had Jerome perform a half-kneeling windmill, working on controlling the arm through the shoulder blade in different positions. I then put him in front of a mirror to help him visualize the movement fault with his overhead positioning. Eventually, we would add in a snatch grip press using a bamboo bar by Windmill. The weights hung by the side, creating a shaking of the entire bar, increasing the demands on stability. You can see his overhead positioning is already looking better with light weight. We slowly started transitioning Jerome back into lifting. Here he is taking 90 kilos for a double. You can see he's showing a slight shrug on the right side in a tilt to the barbell, but he no longer had pain with this weight. One of the harder exercises for Jerome was the upside down kettlebell walk. This is a great exercise to promote strength and stability.
Keep that forearm vertical. Don't let that forearm drop.
He followed these up with prone angels for 2 sets of 10, focusing on pausing in the end position of each transition. Here he is a week later doing some snatch balances, now without pain in a much more balanced bar position. As time went on and his strength and stability improved, you can see he's no longer having a bad tilt to the bar and no longer having that shrug of his right shoulder with greater weight on the bamboo bar. A couple weeks later, Jerome finally got back to his first meet. He snatched 127 kilos and clean and jerked 158, completely pain-free, the second week of March. Let's listen in to these great lifts.
Let's go. Yeah! That is a good.
Yes, yes. Get it back. Take your time. Yes, hold.
Amazing work, Jerome. Big shout out to how much hard work you put in and your coach, Jimmy Duke, for the support and collaboration during this rehab process.